Good afternoon. Today is Sunday, October 20th, 2024, and this is the weekly Bitcoin price forecast. So, looking at where Bitcoin went in the last week, and we're looking at where it could potentially go in the future. So, we always start on the monthly chart. Um, Really, we're breaking out at this point. Look at this. So, we've had this downtrend for quite some time. Like, we had a massive run up through 2023, like 100, I think about 65% in 2023. I think they got up to here. Yeah, from here to here, that was like 165%. And then you had a great, you had a slow January, and then February and March really went off to the races. And ever since then, it's just been this ranging motion. But if you look at it, we're now breaking out. So it'll get a little bit more granular on the weekly chart, but as you can see here, it looks like this is headed in the upward direction. It's no longer in this kind of range pattern, and it's breaking out. So that's your monthly chart. Weekly, it looks a little bit more clear. You have this range of motion that we've had for several months, but now you can see it's starting to swoop up. And that's really what happens. Like you make this swoop, and then it just goes off to the races parabolically, very quickly. So let's put on the drawings real quick. Take a look at the drawings. You have a bull flag. And so the bull flag is what I've been talking about really since May, is when I kind of made the decision that this looks like a lot like a bull flag. This may take a little bit longer. I didn't think it would take about, I really didn't think it would take this long, but that's okay. This is a big election year too. We'll talk about that in a bit. The election, regardless of how it turns out, it does have a material impact on the markets and how people invest their money or what they invest their money in, different policies and all that type of stuff. So regardless of who it is, like I said, it does have a material effect, and we'll have to look at what people are saying at this point. So again, this is the bull flag. You had a major run up at this point, and then just kind of this ranging motion. And then what happens next after that is a move that is similar to the first move, but I think this one will be much stronger just based on how Bitcoin moves. So you could see a quick move up to 100,000 after you pass 74,000, and that will happen very quickly too. As people pour into the market and as they see it start to move, it starts to draw in money. As it moves up, it draws in more money, more attention, which draws in more money. So I think that's really what happens in your bull market. It's just a continuous process of attention being drawn because price is rising until there's no one else to buy, and then the thing it kind of ends, and then the party starts over again in 4 years. So at that point, so we're really breaking out, and we're breaking highs too. So you broke your high here, and then you retrace down for a little bit, broke your high here, and now it looks like you're about to break a high here. And then you have 1, 2 before you have nothing left to cover it. And then it just continues on to the upside, like I said, rapidly. So let's zoom in just a little bit here. Daily chart. The daily chart is interesting because we finally have all 3 moving averages in line. And again, these are the ones that I look at. You can look at any time frame moving average, but you have your 50 moving average, your 100 moving average, your 200 moving average, all in line pretty much. So you have white, blue, and purple. That signifies that you're in an uptrend. And the fact that these just cross right here, that is usually a signal that they are going to continue to expand. So we're on the front end of that trend, so that's pretty good. This is just a 4-hour chart. So again, you have an uptrend here. We look at the 1-hour chart, uptrend, 15-minute chart. We're in an uptrend. 5-minute chart, still in an uptrend, but prices ever so slightly below. But again, this is very granular. Usually, if you're getting way down here for Bitcoin with the charts, you don't have to go this granular on Bitcoin. You can stay on the high time frames or 1-hour time frames. You absolutely can, but again, I don't think there's really a need to for the most part. What else is there on the charts? There's not really too much else to talk about. I mean, it's just the overall uptrend. You have to know where you're at. I think we'll probably break an all-time high after the election. I think there's a lot of money on the sidelines waiting to see how that goes, as I talked about earlier. But we'll see. You have to wait and see. That's about 2 weeks away at this point. Kind of crazy to believe that we're at the end of November. This year just feels like it has gone by very fast. A lot of things have happened, especially on the crypto front too. But that's really all I had for the charts. Let's look at the news for the upcoming week. Not a ton as we talked about last week. You have the unemployment claims and flash manufacturing. This does nothing, especially not to Bitcoin. And then as you see, there's not really too much else, like kind of smaller things like, nothing for the rest of the month. Nothing major for the rest of the month. Like these are all news events, but they won't have any effect on Bitcoin's price. Not materially, I wouldn't think. So the other thing that happened in last week is Coinbase's layer 2 ecosystem, their blockchain has gone ballistic pretty much. It is just really taken off, especially with Coinbase now having this new wrapped Bitcoin. So that's their cbBTC, Coinbase Bitcoin, which is, it rests on the Base network. So that drew a lot of attention to the blockchain, and it's really doing well. We've been talking about Base for a minute in the Discord. I think there's some fantastic projects on that going forward. So this one's going to be a superstar this cycle. So this is a tweet just basically looking at the rankings for the different layer 2s for total value locked, and you want to have your total value locked be higher, just because it does make the network more secure. It's more trustworthy. There's more skin in the game. So yeah, that's cool. It's hopped up several spaces. Like Arbitrum, Sui, Avalanche, like those were top dogs for a while outside of the major ones like Solana and Ethereum. But those were like top dogs for a long time, and Base was only released about a year ago. So Base is now moving up the ranks very quickly. And let me backtrack real quick. So Arbitrum and Sui, they have not been out for as long. Avalanche has. But these are, I think, relatively new within the last year as well. But Base, as we can see, is starting to outperform. Like Base started from behind, but now it is. It's been growing, and it has a good use case. It has a good company behind it. So I'm excited to see kind of where that goes. So last thing that I'm going to talk about is just kind of basically the Poly market. So I don't know if people are familiar with Poly market, but it's a relatively new platform that allows people to bet on pretty much anything. So politics, crypto, sports, stocks, pop culture, business, all these things that we have up here. You can kind of, make your own bet, and people can get in on the pool. So on this pool, there's like $2.1 billion within, I guess, worth of volume. I don't know if that's the total that's in the pool right now, but there's been $2.1 billion exchanged just on this one bet, the single bet, not all the bets, just this bet. And right now they have the odds for Donald Trump being about 60% and Kamala being 40%. And I think that the cool thing about this is you can see how it's trended over time. Like this isn't just like it's almost like a continuous poll. It's a continuous poll, and I think it will have some type of it's a good tool for people to be able to gauge sentiment without having it come from the media or come from anyone else. Like this is what people are thinking in real time, and what they are they're putting their money behind too. So it'll be interesting for this one. But like as I said, I try to be objective when it comes to politics for sure, and see what's what. But at this point, there is about a 20-point differential right here if we're talking about percentage points on that one. So it'll be interesting to see if that gap ends up closing as we approach November, or if it's just going to continue on this trend. But we'll see. I think that's pretty much it for this week. The real news is it's up. It's really up at this point. We just got to keep on holding on and keep on adding to your position as we go. And then, finding quality spaces to get out and take some profit. So, again, none of this is financial advice, but definitely you want to take advantage of opportunities when you can take advantage of them. So, again, this has been Chris Talks Crypto. Check out our crypto-based resources on christalkscrypto.com, and I will see y'all on the moon. Take care. Bye-bye.